Hello and welcome to a Monday edition of ANF Plus Sports Tonight. I am Brett Gilbert, joined alongside sports producer, sports photog, sports everything, Lee Smith. I didn't have a fun title for you like Scott does.
No, that was great.
Yeah,
Sports
you like that
producer,
better?
Sports photographer, sports everything, Lee Smith. I like that.
Does Scott have like a go-to title for you yet?
Not quite.
Okay.
But I think that was good. I like
Okay.
that one.
You can tell him that.
Let's just adopt that.
Yeah, I was going to say, he can just go with that from now on. We have a heavy baseball-filled slate tonight because it's All-Star Week and because me and you are baseball guys. But first, we got to get to a little tennis, even though neither of us are really tennis guys. But that's because...
We are today.
Yeah, because an Atlanta native and a Georgia Tech alum kind of shocked the tennis world. Christopher Eubanks, who I'm not going to lie, I didn't know who this guy was. I'm not a tennis guy at all, like even a little bit until today.
So the thing is, most people weren't.
Right. But
until
then,
today.
And then he went out and got a major upset, upsetting Lee. How do you say the guy's name?
Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Nice. He was the 5th seed in this Grand Slam tournament. Eubanks is on a hot streak, has won 9 in a row, got this major upset. So now he's in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon, which is just unreal because this isn't a...
It's huge for the simple fact that he's the only American left on the men's side.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That shows how much of a tennis guy I am.
It's just him. He's one of one.
But that's what's kind of cool about things like this when like someone, especially when from an area, does something like this, underdog story, Cinderella story goes way further than they're supposed to. All of a sudden, people from that area are kind of like, wait, what's happening? Like, what's going on here? Like, I'll probably watch some tennis this week now, and I would not have before.
Oh, for sure. And the fact that, it starts, 5 or 6 hours, 7 hours ahead. So,
that one's kind of rough.
Well, yeah, it's a little rough, but, you wake up and watch a little matinee tennis, hey, get the blood flowing for the day.
I do love waking up to watch sports. That's, like, the best thing, when I don't have to, like, sit there and wait for it all day long.
Tennis, though?
No, but, I mean, maybe this week, yeah. Maybe I'll...
It's Wimbledon, man.
Yeah, maybe I'll fall in love this week. But
if you don't do it this week, you're never going to do it.
That's my point. Like, when things like this happen, it is kind of a gateway to a new sport for a lot of people. Like, it gives people a reason to watch, to see if Eubanks can continue to do it. I was reading about this guy earlier today. He's a 43rd ranked, knocked off the 12th seed, or he knocked off the 12th seed last week. This week knocked off the 5 seed. So I think next match he plays the 3 seed, if I'm correct. So he's going to keep playing, obviously, tougher and tougher competition.
Can you imagine being unranked in the top 100 to start the year? Now you're 43rd going into Wimbledon, and he just came off a win somewhere. I forget where it was, but he won that tournament. So he's coming in on a hot streak now, and then you beat the 12 seed, the 5 seed in back-to-back days, and then you get to play the number 3 seed the next day.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost good that it's so fast because you don't have time to think about it. Yeah, and if this is like a week between matches, you have time to sit there and be like, I'm so in over my head.
And it's like mostly psychological.
Yeah.
It's literally you versus one other person. You can see them right across the net. And you get 3 hours of just nothing but 1v1.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I was reading about him earlier. He apparently earlier this year was thinking about hanging it up. He was like, I don't know if I can actually compete for a title. So I was thinking about hanging it up and just becoming like a tennis commentator. Apparently he's already done that a little bit. He was in talks with different networks and things about just doing that full time and kind of retiring from his playing career. And he's only, I think, 27 years old. Right. So like he was looking at, an early retirement being done. He said, I've done all I can do. And now here he is playing on the world's biggest stage, taking out some of the world's best players.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, because you said commentator. He's like part-time. I think it's for the Tennis Channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
he is still part-time?
And so then he's just like, in my other part-time job being a tennis pro, I think I'm just going to go hang out and beat some people at Wimbledon.
Go to a quarterfinal of a Grand Slam tournament. That's awesome. I mean, I can't really, provide any great insight. I don't think either of us can, but we can look at this and say, that is cool, especially a guy from Atlanta, a guy from Georgia Tech.
Westlake High School.
Westlake High School.
Westlake High School.
Doing that. I texted Fred Campagna, our meteorologist and resident tennis fan. I feel like Fred knows everything about every sport. I texted him and said, Fred, can you explain this in NBA or NFL terms? And he said it'd be like if the Hawks made Eastern Conference Finals this year, which I feel like is
kind of a. I mean,
that'd be crazy.
It's not like completely out of the realm of possibility, but
right.
Highly, highly, highly unlikely.
Yes. I feel like the tennis thing is a bit more unlikely than that. I feel like Fred sold our guys short here, which I said, that's kind of boring. And Fred said, I don't know, read a book, figure it out. So
thanks, Fred.
Yeah, thanks. A lot of help, Fred.
So he was a 2-time All-American at Georgia Tech. And
which ACC play is a little different than
and that's actually
head-to-head against.
Funny you say that. So we actually did a Zoom with his coach.
Today?
Yes, today.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny because he was actually like, I think he was possibly recruiting people. But he gave us a little bit of time and appreciate that.
You stopped him mid-recruitment visit?
Well, he did it on his phone, and you could like totally. He was somewhere in Florida, and you can just see the palm trees waving back.
Oh, really?
And
Maybe he's on vacation.
Oh, there was tennis everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So he had to have been recruiting.
Yeah,
but
probably.
I'm not completely sure. But yeah. So he actually just got the phone out, started talking to us, and the thing that stuck out to me was like, he's like, yeah, we knew he was talented, but when we knew he was like really special when he got into ACC play and he started like kicking tail because those dudes were the best that this country could offer. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, Wimbledon is the best the world can offer,
right.
And it's a little bit different. But still, he said that's when he knew that Chris was going to be a big deal, or he had the potential to be a big deal.
Built different, had that dog in him, as they say.
So that's cool, man. That's
cool.
That
is cool. You know what else is cool? The MLB All-Star break is here.
Oh, I like that transition.
I love MLB All-Star Week. I love it. I can't get enough of it. It's kind of already underway. We've already had the celebrity game and stuff. Tonight, I feel like is the kind of the official kickoff with the home run derby. And then let's see. I got the schedule put up here.
I didn't watch last night. I didn't see what happened.
I didn't either. I saw clips on social media. There's not much to watch with the All-Star Futures and the celebrity softball, but you got the home run derby tonight, and then tomorrow night is your actual All-Star game at 8:00 Eastern.
See, that's what I want to see.
The All-Star game.
Yeah.
You're not gonna watch the home run derby tonight.
I mean, I might flip a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I'm
not gonna be glued.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
unless we get something crazy like 30 and around.
Yeah, and there's not.
Which, good luck.
We didn't have home run derby on our topics, but I will go into it a little bit. There's not a guy this year that's like a crazy story. Last year there was Albert Pujols, so I think everyone was kind of like secretly or not even secretly, but hoping that
Albert Pujols last year.
Yeah. Well, he didn't win it, but he competed.
Okay.
And everyone,
I was about to say.
No, that was the thing. Everyone was like,
okay.
what if he puts it together? Like, what if he can make a little run?
I got you.
He did beat Schwarber, I believe, in the first round, and then he got knocked out in the second. But it was kind of a fun night.
Albert.
Well, he went to an overtime or whatever they call it in the home run derby when you go to extra time. And ended up kind of lighting it up then. Yeah. Like, he looked terrible and then just started cranking them. So it still was a good time last year. This year, I don't know, the roster's not as great, but we can get to that in a little bit. Maybe that'll be my what's on your mind.
I'll tell you. Well, did you want to go ahead and talk about it now, or do you want to save it?
We'll save it. I want to get to the All-Star snubs that we were talking about earlier, because I know you've got at least one. I've got a few here. So with the All-Star game tomorrow night, who should be there that's not there, in your opinion? Who was snubbed from the roster?
It's a tad controversial because this player's only been playing for, a month? Max?
Something like that.
Ellie De La Cruz from Cincinnati has just been absolutely electric.
That dude's unreal.
It's only been a month, but oh my God, dude. How do you still second, third, and fourth? Fourth. Wow. Look at me. Second, third, and fourth. Look at me.
He is a baseball
second,
guy,
third, and
I promise.
home in like 2 pitches.
Yeah,
like
literally 2 pitches. That was the craziest sequence of events. maybe ever that I've ever
That was
seen.
crazy.
I've went back and watched that video at least 10
my
times
God.
now, and I hate the Reds. I'm a Cardinals fan, but that was one of the most just electric, like, they say he's him moments. That's a
Yeah.
he's him moments. Like, how that is just, I'm better than everyone on this field, and I'm just gonna do what I want.
But that's crazy because he's on a field with other professional athletes that are doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, and he only
Like,
got there a month ago, like you
what-
said.
And the biggest gauge of how awesome that was is that basically if you just take Ronald Acuna Jr. and you say, has he ever done this? And when the answer is no, then whoever you're talking about is doing something absolutely amazing because Ronald Acuna Jr. is probably the best player on the planet right now. He's definitely top 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's an MVP favorite.
Okay,
for
don't
sure.
look at me over there like that. I saw that side eye. Come on, who you got? Who else? I said probably, and I said top 3. So I just want you to qualify anything outside of the top 3.
We got a Shohei Ohtani from the back, which, yes, I think Shohei is definitely the best
Yes.
player on the planet. But Ronald Acuna is the best player in the NL, and he's, I would say, top 3. I think that's safe to say. But Elly De La Cruz may be on his way.
I know.
You're right. I wish we could see him this week. He'd be so fun. They should just do, the MLB should just get one wild card pick. And, the week before the All-Star game, they should just get to pick someone
It's like the
who they
most-
think was snubbed, who's going to get the most people watching. They kind of did it last year with
or-
Pujols and Cabrera.
Or you know what they should do?
What?
They should, instead of letting Major League Baseball do it, they should let the managers pick.
Oh, like a manager, like all 30
Right.
managers vote for
Right, so Dusty
one
Baker
guy.
would have the AL pick, and Rob
Oh,
Thompson
okay.
would have the NL pick.
I like that. That's not bad.
I mean, you got to reward them for winning their
do you think?
winning their league the previous year, right?
But do you think that they would vote for Elly De La Cruz? They probably vote for one of their guys, right?
maybe. I mean, but it's still got to be within I don't know. I feel like there might have to be a stipulation in there where you can't vote for your own team.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe you do that.
But I feel like it could be done. It could definitely be done.
Well, I was saying, last year they stepped in and they're just like, you know what? Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols are both going to play in this year's All-Star game because we're not going to get to see much more
Right.
of these guys, and that's just going to be awesome. And it was. So they should just do that every year for who's going to be the most exciting player. It would definitely be Elly De La Cruz right now, and just put him in. I could talk about Elly all day, but
I mean, 126 at bats, 41 hits, 28 runs, 16 RBI with a 325 average.
and he debuted June 6th. June 6th. That's insane. I have some other snubs for you, and I wrote down a few stats. The first one actually ended up getting in, I believe, replacing Judge. I think Judge called out for injury. Shortstop Wander Franco. He's
Yeah.
third in baseball in B-WAR and was somehow snubbed from the original roster. That's crazy to me. The only two players he's behind in WAR, which if you're not a stat head, WAR is supposed to be the one number that
end all,
measures your value. It's wins above replacement. That's how valuable are you as a player in one number. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. The only two players ahead of Wander Franco are Ronald Acuna Jr. and Shohei Ohtani, the two people we were arguing about earlier.
And I feel like before the last couple of years, you could have just called that stat the Mike Trout stat.
Yeah.
Because that was literally, it was just him.
Yeah. So Wander should have been there from the beginning. I'm glad he's there now. He definitely deserves it.
Okay.
Someone else that deserves to be there, second baseman Ketel Marte. And look, second baseman, the NL second baseman that we have right
so
now.
you want Arise?
No, so that's what I was going to say.
What are you going to do?
Arise is obviously deserving. I'm not sure
and then
who.
you're going to boot out our guy, Ozzy?
It is Ozzy. I was going to say I
You're
can't
gonna boot
remember
out
who's.
Ozzy?
No, so I want to preface this with I'm not saying Ketel should make it over the second baseman that are in because Arias.
at large pick or something.
Yeah, and Albies obviously deserve to be there. But just the level of play this year, he should be in the All-Star game. He's deserving to be in the All-Star game, even if there were other second basemen ahead of him. I'm not saying he should have been above them. But, I mean, he's 8th in the NL in WAR. He's 6th in all of baseball in stolen bases. 13th in the NL in OPS. He's batting .857 OPS. I mean, he's been electric, playing great defense as well. He's having an all-star type season for sure, and he's actually gotten hotter. June and July, his numbers kind of peaked up. So if Acuna were to fall off or something, Ketel Marte could be on a potential MVP dark horse late half of the season
Well,
run.
Funny you say that because other than so I'm looking at ESPN for both Ketel Marte and Ozzy.
Yeah.
All right, so Ketel has the better average, only by actually a decent amount, 286 to 262.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy's got better power numbers.
Yeah,
He's got
sure.
22 home runs to 15.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got 63 RBI compared to 44.
Who cares about RBI? That's just about the guys in front of you. Everyone on the Braves is
Well,
on base all the time.
And then OPS, Marte's actually got slightly higher OPS.
See, so that's what I'm saying. Like, he's
kind of
played
push.
very, very, very well. I would take him or Albies any day. They should both be All-Stars. I wish there was a way to make that happen. Unfortunately, there's not. My last player, and this one might upset some people because I know why he's not in it, Fernando Tatis Jr. He had the PED scandal. He missed the first part of the year with the suspension from the PEDs. I get it. I never expected him to be in it. I didn't even vote for him on my own All-Star ballot. But when you look at his numbers, he's having a pretty dang good year. He's on pace for a 30-30 season. He switched to right field full time. He's actually pretty good defensively out there, a lot better than he was at shortstop. I mean, he's been solid. Like, he probably should be in the All-Star game. And guess what? He's exciting. He's kind of got that Ellie De La Cruz factor. Like, he's young, he's fast, he's exciting, he's got the chains. Like, I would love to see Fernando Tatis Jr. in the All-Star game. It's not going to happen, though. I'm sure he'll get back there. I don't think this PED thing is going to hang over his head that long because the thing is he came back and is still raking even without the PEDs, allegedly. So I'm sure he'll get back there in the future, but I would have liked to see him there this year.
He is having a pretty good year. I mean,
yeah, I'm just going to say I'm looking at his numbers right now.
44 RBI, 16 home run. I mean,
yep. Batting 288, OPS at 871. Like I said, his defense has been good. Yeah, he's been a good player, even though the Padres have kind of sucked.
Yeah, they're a disappointment.
Yeah, not as bad as my Cardinals, but they are not doing great.
Yeah, they're not one of the worst teams in baseball.
And while we're talking about the MLB All-Star game and not my Cardinals, because most of them will not be there,
did they even get anybody this year?
Yeah, every team gets somebody. So
other than
Goldschmidt actually did not make it because of Freddie and Olsen.
Well,
they beat him out. No, they got Arenado still over Riley, which is kind of like, I don't know, because Arenado's defense hasn't been that good this year. But moving on, I wanted to kind of talk through this one with you. I wanted to hear your opinions because I personally think the MLB has the best All-Star game in professional sports. I think it beats the Pro Bowl, certainly. I think it beats the NBA All-Star game, even though the NBA does a pretty good job. What are your thoughts on that? How do you think the MLB All-Star game stacks up?
I think it's by far better than the other two.
Really? Do you?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Although I don't know, I haven't watched the NHL, so
I have.
I could be wrong, but
I have. The NHL one's pretty good. I'd put it a third, still distantly ahead of the NFL, but it's close to the NBA in my opinion. But there's no like dunk contest, like.
So does it? So I guess the thing is, does it really mean anything in the grand scheme of things? Like if you win, what's at stake? What's on the line?
For what
for the other leagues?
Well, nothing for MLB anymore either, but I don't think anything for either. I mean, maybe like a bonus,
So, that's right, because they don't have the. See, for some reason, I was thinking the MLB still got the
home field advantage. No, they got rid of that with the
it's been a couple
CBA
years
before the other one, I think, which I think is a good change because it's stupid that. If the say the Dodgers made it to the World Series, or not even the Dodgers, someone like the Phillies, who had like no starting MLB All-Star players, now all of a sudden their fate, their home field advantage is going to be decided by a team full of Braves and Dodgers. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they got rid of that.
Yeah. Well, still, I think I like because nobody really tries in football at all. That might as well just be like they might as well just like not have it, honestly.
Yeah, they keep trying to change it up. They keep trying to try out these new formats. They've switched to flag football last year, and I don't know. It just it doesn't translate.
Like, you know how and also like football's so physical, and you don't get that much time to be off. Dude, just let them have a break.
Yeah.
Just make a list, say, here you go. You were the best at this position this year. Boom, done. That's it.
Yeah, like some of the skills contests are okay in theory, but
Yeah.
I'm never going to turn on ESPN on a Saturday or a Sunday
No.
to watch it. Like, I'm just not.
No.
It's not that entertaining.
But see, I like seeing somebody hit a ball 400 feet off of the so-called best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's because in the NBA, you're going to have a 160 to 158 game, and there will be literally no defense.
No, but the NBA is still fun to me. Not as fun as baseball, but I enjoy it because you see a lot of personality. They do a good job of miking guys up. There are a lot of just like super flashy plays, which you don't get in the Pro Bowl at all. But guys are going for like insane alley-oops and passes and dunks. And because there's no defense, they're just trying everything. So that's kind of fun in the NBA. And then you have the dunk contest thrown in the same week, and that's obviously always a blast. So that's why, to me, there's a big gap from the NFL up to the NBA. And then the MLB All-Star game, to me, it's the same things as the NBA. Like, you get a lot of personality, and you actually get more of it than NBA because there's more downtime. They have so much time to like mic the guys up, and they're a lot more fun during the All-Star game than they are like Sunday Night Baseball when they're still trying to focus. Like, if you mic up Mookie Betts in right field on Sunday Night Baseball, like, he's going to talk to you, but
They're
he's
still a little reserved. Yeah.
Yeah, like, he's focused on the game. He's a little reserved, right? But during All-Star game,
All-Star, you can just do whatever.
Right, they're there to have fun. If they screw up in right field, like, who cares? You know, it's the All-Star game. So they have a lot more personality out there. I remember last year, or the year before, Freddie Freeman and Aaron Judge were sitting on first talking about their teeth. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, you just get fun exchanges like that. I don't know. To me, it's a really good watch. I think the MLB does a good job with kind of the theatrics of it. Last year or the year before, they had Hank Aaron's wife. Oh, why can't I remember her name? Billy Aaron, I believe. They had Billy Aaron out there.
So hard. Right?
Giving like a little pregame ceremony. That was awesome. I don't know. There's always just something during All-Star Week that's so cool, so fun during the game. I love it. They just do a good job.
Well, hopefully they continue it, and it's actually fun tomorrow.
I hope so. I definitely hope so.
You got 8 Braves in there. I mean,
it'll be fun for Atlanta fans for sure. You'll get to hear a lot of Braves chatter. I'm a little sad that Shohei won't be pitching because that was always fun. But but it'll still be a good time. Speaking of Braves, and
who knows, he might be coming to the Braves before the end of the season.
Maybe. I kind of doubt it, but
highly doubt it.
That'd be crazy. Can you imagine?
I can't.
No. His jersey would instantly skyrocket, even more than it already has.
Oh, yeah.
The MLB released their list of the top jersey sales from the first half of the season today.
Okay.
And I'm just going to run through it with you. There's 20. So I'll rapid fire them real quick.
So
we
got a top 20. All right.
Top 20. Let's count how many Braves pop up in this top 20 list. This is according to the MLB. So
off the top of my head, can I go ahead and try and give you?
What, number one?
Well, I'm just going to give you all the Braves.
Yeah, no, go for it. Go for it.
Cunha, for sure.
Yep, he is number one in all of baseball.
I'll go Olsen.
Olsen, yep. He's on here.
Cunha, Arcia.
Arcia, I don't think.
Really? Still?
No, he's not on here. There's a lot of names.
Michael Harris.
Harris, no.
Really?
No. Well, he had, like, there's stars in Atlanta, but you got to think of, like, national stars, you know? I don't think either of them are there yet.
Okay. Well, then Albies and Riley.
Albies and Riley both are.
Oh, I forget Strider.
Strider's not.
Really? Even with a mustache?
Even with the mustache.
Wow.
You want to just go through them now?
Yes, let's do this.
Okay, so from top to bottom, this is
way too many.
All teams. You got Ronald Acuna Jr. I'm going to count the Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr., Shohei Ohtani, Fernando Tatis Jr. still at 3, Aaron Judge, Jose Altuve is the 5th best selling. That kind of shocked me. Okay. Mookie Betts at 6, Julio Rodriguez at 7, Matt Olson at 8, Alex Bregman, another Astro at 9, Mike Trout at 10, Austin Riley and Ozzie Albies back to back at 11 and 12. Joey Votto is 13. Old guy still getting it done.
Joey Votto.
I know, that's awesome. Francisco Lindor, Corey Seager, Freddie Freeman, former Brave, give a little half for that. Yordan Alvarez, Adley Rutschman, Manny Machado, and Clayton Kershaw. That's 4 Braves, 4.5 if you count Freddie, in the top 20.
5th. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty that's pretty impressive. I think
I thought there was going to be a couple more though.
the Dodgers had 3, the Astros had 3, the Yankees only had 1, Aaron Judge. So the Braves have more players than any other team.
How many did the Mets have?
Oh, that's a good question. I think 2, right? No, just 1, just Francisco Lindor.
Okay.
So the Braves are clearly on top, and I have a theory as to why, other than them just like being the best team in baseball this year and having a lot of exciting players.
Yeah.
The City Connects.
Oh. Okay.
Not everyone got City Connects this year, and I think there's been a bit of a boost because there's a lot of people that probably.
So you're saying it's a little skewed.
A little skewed. It's earned. It's
Hey,
earned.
those are nice looking jerseys though. Honestly.
Yeah, no, they are. I wish they would have gone a little more exciting with them, not copy their retro as much, but they're clearly selling well, so they know what they're doing.
Paying homage to old Hank, Hammer and Hank.
I get it. You already had the retros that did that though. Do something cool. But yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of guys out there or girls that owned an Acuna jersey, just a normal Braves Acuna jersey. They're like, oh, well now I'm going to go get an Acuna City Connect jersey or a Riley City Connect jersey.
Hey, I was just happy to get that Acuna chain.
Oh, did you get that?
I did.
From Truist? Yeah. When did you get that?
That day.
Like last week?
2 weeks ago maybe.
When they did the handouts? Nice.
Yeah.
Is it like heavy?
Oh yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Lee, we're running out of time here, so quickly, what is on your mind?
Okay. So MLB draft was last night, the first round, and there were some kids from Georgia that got picked. So just wanted to shout out a couple of people.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, first of all, the Braves at 24th picked a Florida pitcher by the name of Hurston. I think it was Hurston Waldrop.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna know college pitchers' names.
Picked 24th. He went to Florida, just played in the College World Series, but he's originally from Thomasville, Georgia.
Okay, nice.
So
good for him.
There's him. And then Colin Houck from Parkview High School actually got picked, I think 32nd by the Mets.
Okay.
I don't want to be. I think that's right. Yeah, 32nd by the Mets. So that was the big one right out of high school. Let's see. We got 3 Georgia Tech players that got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Yep. And I want to say there was somebody from. Oh, and Jaden Woods from Georgia got picked up.
From University of Georgia?
University of Georgia.
Nice.
Yeah. Local kid. Also from Warner Robins, too. So.
All right. Well, congrats to all of them. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Hopefully we hear their names again. It's funny, kids get drafted in the MLB and then you just
then sometimes
you never hear about them again. And sometimes they become Mike Trout, or Ellie De La Cruz, so you never know. What's on your mind tonight? We're doing full baseball tonight. Home run derby, and specifically, I just want anyone to win but Pete Alonso.
I was going to say that's my favorite.
I'm so sick of him. Obviously, Braves fans aren't big fans. And I'm going to do this quickly because we're running out of time. Obviously, Braves fans aren't huge fans of Alonso because there's been a lot of back and forth there. Obviously, he's a Met. He chirped at Strider, I think it was, a few weeks ago, right before the Mets just fell off the face of the earth. But I don't know. I don't know players personally. I don't think it's right for me to say I hate a player, but I really dislike Pete Alonso. I don't like the way he carries himself. He has such I'm the tough guy of the room and I'm gonna prove it attitude. He was doing deadlifts in the locker room when he knew the camera was there before the home run derby last year. I don't know. He's just kind of a try hard.
You got to work out them quads, dude.
Not 10 minutes before you're going to go out there and slug some balls. I don't like him. He's a try hard.
There's a reason he can hit it 450 feet, Brett.
Well, I guess so.
And it's because he doesn't skip leg day.
Not a fan. Not a fan. It's all I have to say because we're running out of time. Lee, we'll see you tomorrow. I think you'll be back on here with Scott. Until then, you guys have a good night. Go watch some baseball.
See you.